Here you can see a sign that I've created and it's 18 inches square. Now, it doesn't need to have a model that large because the sign inside it isn't that large, and I may want to make it smaller. There are a couple of ways to do this. The easiest way is to go to Model and then select Set Size. Now, when you do this, this will maintain the aspect ratio. So if I were to change this to say 6 inches, you can see that I've changed the height. It also changes the width. So if I select OK, you can see that it changes on the right hand side here to 6 inches by 6 inches, but it's also changed the vectors. So it's actually changed the size of the vectors. And I don't want that. I want to keep the vectors the right size. So that's a way to do it before you've actually drawn anything. If you want to do it when you've designed something and you want to keep the design at the right size, then what you need to do, let me just undo that, is to draw, let's say, a box or a closed vector. So let's draw a rectangle, let's say like so. And let's make this, let's say 13 width, and I'll do it so it's not the same width and height. So let's say 13 by 9, create, and then I'm going to press F9 to put that in the center. Now what you can do with that selected is go to Model and then come down to Crop. And what this will do, it will basically remove all of the material on the outside of this. So if I select Crop, it's removed all of that yellow material. Now it's left me with the blue space there, and the reason being is that that's my material. So if I just go to Toolpaths and just go to Set Up Material, you may not have this, it's just because I've already created Toolpaths. Click Set Up Material and I'll just OK it, and then it just basically updates it to the correct size. Now if I rotate around, you can see that my origin point here is not in the correct place. So I need this to be the bottom left down here. Now you could put it in the center, it's entirely up to you. To change that, what you do is go to Model and then Set Position. Now what you need to do is make sure that you haven't got any sizes for the X and the Y. So if you do have, then put those back to 0 and make sure that you've got bottom left pixel, and then select OK. And then that will put that on the bottom left of the model. If I want to put that in the center, let's say, go to Set Position and use Center Pixel, and that will put it in the center. Now if you've already calculated toolpaths, watch what happens when I turn these on. So they're still in the original position where I created it previously. So what you need to do is recalculate these. So to do that, very easy, right click on each one and select Calculate. You don't need to select it again down here, just click Close. Right click, Calculate, and it will update all of these toolpaths. And you see them moving as I'm doing it. Now these are all updated in the correct position. So that's how you make a model smaller.